Hi, welcome to She Spice. Following quite a while of hypothesis that Diddy's late ex Kim Porter composed a detailed storybook uncovering him, a 40-page composition has at long last reemerged, and it's more terrible than anybody envisioned in the original copy. Kim portrays how Diddy put her in the emergency clinic in the wake of learning she met with a filmmaker, and to exacerbate the situation, both Kim and the maker later kicked the bucket from pneumonia. Now there are reports that Kim's child, Quincy Brown, may be working with the federal authorities to resume Kim's case. Supposedly, Quincy persevered through a ton, while living with Diddy, yet felt he needed to remain to safeguard his sisters, Kim's twin little girls, Jessie and Delilah anyway, with Kim's journal currently released uncovering the awful abuse she's endured at Diddy's hands. Quincy is not set in stone to get equity for his mother, and to see Diddy put in jail on the whole. We should get some foundation, since there are reports that Diddy involved Quincy as an influence to control Kim and may have even attempted to unalive Quincy's natural dad. To be certain, how did he take Quincy? Kimberly Kim Watchman was brought into the world on December 15, 1970 in Columbus, Georgia, and after secondary school, she moved to Atlanta to pursue her fantasies about turning into an entertainer and model. She immediately got seen by displaying agent and began functioning as a business model, showing up in a few music recordings. During this time, Kim met Andre Harvey, the organizer behind Uptown Records, who advertised her a task as a secretary at Uptown, and that is when Kim met vocalist and lyricist ALB. Sure, ALB and Kim Watchman hit it off right away and started dating. Al was struck and helped. Kim moved to New York to seek after her displaying profession. In 1991, Kim brought forth Al's child, Quincy, and that very year, Al composed the exemplary Jodic hit Forever My Woman to pay tribute to Kim and their child all through Al's top in his music profession. Kim was his greatest ally, and Al later uncovered they secured the bunch covertly before Quincy was conceived with numbers and likes. That is not what I do yet. What's amusing? I posted something recently, no doubt discussing my ex. Definitely, I said it, my ex-wife trust no one except for no one knew on the grounds that we didn't talk about being hitched. We didn't examine that, however, I was simply giving her, like each sometimes I just did. Give, a recognition. Yet the fantasy for Kim and ALB sure finished in a debacle. When Kim had the sad karma of meeting Diddy was an A&R chief at Uptown Records when Andre Harrell recruited Kim as a secretary, and Diddy turned out to be totally fixated on her. Even before Diddy saw Kim with a LB, there were reports that he was desirous of Albi's music melodic ability. So when Diddy saw that Ali had a beauty queen like Kim, he just couldn't stand it, and he supposedly put it all out there too. Get among Al and Kim. Now Kim at first turned down Diddy's advances. However, he was determined, and in the long run she chose to allow him an opportunity. By then, Kim and Al had previously parted, and in 1994 Im and Diddy opened up to the world about their sentiment. Yet here's the kicker: while Diddy was caught up with charming Kim and making guarantees, he wasn't precisely holding up in the wing, solidly in the center. All things considered, he had a child. Justin, and Kim's companion, Misa Hilton, still chose to try Diddy out, and in 1997 she got pregnant with their child Christian. It ought to been blissful energy for Kim, yet rather she figured out that Diddy was undermining her while she was pregnant with. In all honesty, Jennifer Lopez and Jolo weren't the same as they were as indicated by Diddy's previous protector. Gan Bargain Diddy was additionally sneaking around with different men. He was with each chick, each buddy, whoever he needed to be with. When Kim was alive, this was undeniably the start of Kim and Diddy's poisonous on-again, off-again relationship that happened for a very long time. Kim attempted to leave Diddy on different occasions, yet he clearly made her life a living damnation each time she would try and ponder dating another person. Truth be told, there's this well-established scheme that Diddy had an impact on the demise of music chief Shakir Stewart, who momentarily dated Kim while she and Diddy were separated. Diddy supposedly had Kim followed, and he even wiretapped her telephone, so when he figured out she was seeing Shakir, he hit the rooftop and faced her about this. The contention heightened rapidly, and Kim supposedly wound up with a messed up nose. The majority of the reports about this occurrence have been cleaned from the web anyway. There's this article distributed back in 2005 that depicts the fight and expresses that Kim was left with a messed up nose after the couple contended on Com's yacht in San saying the article. Moreover, claims that Diddy flew in an expert plastic specialist from Geneva after the mishap, and that Kim has since guaranteed that she hurt her face after she hit her nose against a table. There are likewise a couple pics. Yours actually drifting around web-based showing Kim with a swath on her nose, likewise on the off chance that you focus in on these photographs from Kim's appearance at the MTV Video Music Grants in August 2005. You can obviously see she has a little scar on the right half of her nose, yet notwithstanding the sus figure of speech episode and Diddy's messages, Kim purportedly kept seeing Shakir Stewart, and that is the point at which the story took a significantly upsetting turn on November 1, 2008. Shakir was found dead at his Atlanta home with a weapon close to him. It was controlled as self-incurred, yet reports immediately began whirling that Diddy had a hand in coordinating Shakir's downfall. And Diddy didn't stop there. He likewise purportedly began plotting to isolate Kim's child Quincy from his dad. I'll be certain on the grounds that he realized Kim actually had affections for Al, and was stressed they could accommodate. Diddy frequently boasted about embracing Quincy and attempted to paint Al B. Sure as a low-life father. Anyway, as indicated by Ganbargan, this was totally bogus. Diddy never officially embraced Quincy, and ALB did all that he could to remain engaged with his child's life, and right up till now, Quincy utilizes the last name Earthy, which is a LB. Shear's genuine name, Albert Joseph Brown, definitely made me feel that he had embraced Quincy, and he never did. I was never out of his childhood life. I knew our direction back in Mount Vernon, used to work cowhide jeans and 100 way in those days. However, man, every one of the decent fellas was a decent buddy, so while Diddy was freely assuming the part of Father of the Year, he was mistreating Kim in the background, putting his hands on her, cheating purportedly with all kinds of people, and he even fathered one more mystery kid with his long-term partner, Sarah Chapman. Sarah conceived an offspring birth to Diddy's girl Opportunity comes in 2006, and not long after Kim at last left Diddy for good anyway. Under a year after the fact, misfortune struck when news broke that Kim's dormant body was viewed as in her home following a short episode of pneumonia, or if nothing else, that was the authority story. The secret of Kim Porter's demise on the morning of November 15, 2018, a relative tracked down Kim Watchman, oblivious in her bed. They called 911 anyway. When paramedics showed up, it was past the point of no return, and Kim was articulated dead at only 47 years of age. The LA Province Clinical Inspector Coroner closed after the postmortem that Kim passed on from lobar pneumonia and that the way of death was regular. However, seeing the timetable paving the way to her demise raises a few significant doubts. Reports showed that Kim started gripping of an irritated throat on November 7 and fostered a fever by November 12 She tried negative for both flu and strep and was treated with antitoxins, nutrients, and relief from discomfort. Surgeon what's more, as indicated by her family by November 14th, she felt completely fine, and her temperature had gotten back to typical. The coroner's report likewise referenced that Kim had no recorded history of substance, or on the other hand, liquor use or any fundamental ailments. As a matter of fact, she seemed, by all accounts, to be in wonderful well-being. ALB Shore later affirmed this noteworthy that he saw Kim not long from now before her passing, and she looked perfect. Furthermore, he referenced no medical problems except for that, which is not by any means the only point ALB made in July 2020. He dropped a sensation via web-based entertainment by alluding to Kim's demise as murder. AL posted a video of himself crying and composed, "I just found this recording from the morning I learned of Kim Watchman's homicide and the way in which it tore the spirit from my actual body. I truly do know plainly that Kimberly didn't simply look it out of nowhere over pneumonia. That is some BS. Actually, this is where I cause problems. We just commended our child Quincy's new arrangement and Christmas unique with Netflix, and she was in yet again. Phenomenal well-being. All likewise added the hashtag, don't allow the adoration melodies to trick you, apparently insinuating Diddy's recognitions for Kim. Presently quick forward to November 2021, and ALB proposed that Kim didn't pass on from normal because he posted a legacy photograph with Kim and Quincy, and composed "She sent me this colloquialism. Life emulating workmanship, craftsmanship, mimicking life now everything seems okay. She told me other stuff too. She was running. I said call the FBI. He additionally included the remarks you could never accept what she went through now, the way that LB quickly told Kim to call the FBI. And not the police is an immense warning. It recommends that anything Kim trusted in all about her existence with Diddy was something serious, yet right when you figured it couldn't get any more insane. Only months in the wake of sharing this post, Dahl was hospitalized following a puzzling health-related crisis. He later uncovered that he imploded unexpectedly while working in the studio, and specialists were confounded in light of the fact that they couldn't comprehend how he had so many medical problems at the same time. Al burned through 2 months in a coma, and he later uncovered he went through various operations and got this. He likewise shared that he had contagious pneumonia, which drove fans to address why such countless individuals who had connections to Diddy wound up managing some kind of. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.